Hello, it's Lillin. And it's been... How long has it been since the last time I played this? What is it? Let me see. Oh, the last one was part 16 in March 26. Oh, that wasn't that far. It's like 4 months. Yeah? Anyway, it's been 4 months since I played the last Ace Attorney Chronicles. Which one was it? This one. Adventures. Oh wait, it's not Adventures anymore. Oh. Wait, but the tag is still Ace Attorney Chronicles, right? Okay. I'll go with this. Resolve 2. Okay, I'll rename that one. Yeah, dude, it's gonna take forever, and unfortunately all the lines are not voiced. I have to voice every single one of them. Right. Oh, the BGM is completely different. It's 2017? Those are only 2 ones, right? Okay, well, time to start a new game here. Oh, what is that? We're playing the game in all available outfits. What is this? What outfits? What outfits are they speaking of? I hope the volume's okay. Animation. It's his grave. My best friend. Ah, my friend. Oh, she came back. Right. Oh, thank you, Marika. I barely remember anything. Talking to the dead friend. What if she secretly liked him? Not me, Ryunosuke, but like Kazuma. What? Something happened? Of course! Of course it happened. It's like Conan, where something always happens to the main characters. I hope it's not an unfortunate case, because I hate those. Oh, wow. All business all of a sudden. Like, I'm sorry you died, but business. Oh my god, is she the culprit? Or, well, the suspect? Oh, as a lawyer. That's cool. Also, she's wearing some ragged sleeve that reminds me of Gintama. That guy who's a manga artist in jail. Let's see if that. Oh, she has the Sherlock goggles in Sakura form. Probably because she likes Sherlock. Oh man, it's so pretty! Episode 1, The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. Wait, do I get to play as Susato? Susato-chan? 13th August, 8:26 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants Antechamber. This looks exactly like the British one, but okay. I mean, I guess they took the British one as reference to make it, probably. I think that's how the story kind of went. Here I am again, after 9 months. The Supreme Court of Judicature, I never know how to pronounce that, of Japan. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself. Girl, you've been in all the courts with me. Ryunosuke, sorry. The new Nosuke of me. I think you're fine. This tutorial? I can't wait tutorial, it's like second version. Oh good, you're here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late. Is that my dad? Oh, yes, good morning, sir. I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, counsel. I don't know what that means. I assume I look okay with my dress, maybe? But you look as white as a sheet. And those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. It makes me look cute. Maybe they'll take sympathy on me or something. I don't know. Whatever it takes for me to win. Oh dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. Oh, that does not sound good. You should get some anti-motion sickness medicine. Yeah. If they exist back then. I almost wish that I'd never been born. Okay, maybe that's exaggeration. Goodness. That's the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say. Yeah, I shouldn't have did the deed with my mother. Mikotoba Eugene. Professor of Medicine at the Imperial Yume University. And my dad! Man who, earlier in his... Oh, wait. Who's this? Man who, earlier in his life, traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, a brilliant father. Am I in the way? I'm not in the way, am I? Am I too big? I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I'm in the way later. Wait, okay. Excuse me, who is this? I don't know what voice I'm supposed to do. Oh, wait, who are you? Are you the other lawyer? Wait, what's your voice? Would it be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today? Oh, is she the defendant? Yes. Yes, that's right, miss. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication, this whole thing. Am I in the way? Wait, let me just check. Am I in the way? Oh. No, I'm not in the way. Unusual for a woman. History. Wait. Remember me, Rei. Born the same year as I and my greatest friend. Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the university research laboratory helping my father. Okay. And sadly, she's a defendant in today's trial. I just realized I have to talk nicely for Susato-san because she's the main character. No! Accused of committing a truly awful murder. Let me get closer. Okay. Are you feeling alright? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed. Oh my, it's just that you look so gallant and dashing. Actually, with the mic further away. I can exclaim at certain parts. Maybe here. Okay. Sorry? Sorry? And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful. I have an admirer. We're the same age, right? Goodness, I don't think she knows. Wait, knows what? Wait, she knows I'm a girl, right? Right? I'm like dressed like Susato-san. Maybe it's that ragged vest. She hasn't realized who I am. It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work. Wait, am I just as a guy? Because I assume it's one of those things that girls, you know, shouldn't have this position, yada yada, because, you know, patriarchal society, yada yada, that type. Oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba? If even your best friend, is she my best friend? If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax. Disguise? Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. Wait, let me see. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. Father? What? Is that you, Susato? I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Rei. It's just that— No! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge. Look at you! You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yume University. A male student. Wait, give me a picture. Yo. I'm so glad you think so. In that case, I'll just be a super feminine sounding guy. Yeah. It means all my preparation have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 this morning to make a start. Like makeup and stuff? But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? Well, you see, it was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial. Yeah, I figured. My defense? Wait, give me a picture. Yo. Never before in my life have I been so frustrated at having been born into this body. Oh, she did mention that before. Courts in Japan are barred to women, yeah. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom, except I guess as a suspect and a witness. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike. Yeah, that's kind of ironic, I guess. But women are forbidden. Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato, you go to such lengths for me? Of course, you're my greatest friend. Except my other friend who died. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no, I have complete faith in you. Hey. It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman, what a wretched reason. I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing. Yo, give me a picture of myself, really. Let me see the mirror. Ray, please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you really do look so dashing. Everyone does like a, you know, I don't know, that thin body, whatever. I don't know. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice. You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man. I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. It means I'm a dashing young man. Hey, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped, and how you're trembling ever so slightly. Susato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder. Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right? Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean. I've absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence. Which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer that I've learned from my dead friend and my other friend who's in England. That means so much to me, Susato. Okay, let's go. Defendant, counsel. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty. Huh? That is, like, so unfair. What? Oh. Stand aside! Hello? She charges in. I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast. Not when your life is on the line. You would be? Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father, going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer. I hope, what is it? If I happen to be found out, you know, my father wouldn't take the blame because he's like, prestigious person. It's like, oh, you're accomplice to this, and therefore, I assume maybe I might go to jail for going into the courtroom because I'm not supposed to or whatever, but maybe my father would also be, I don't know. There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this. Oh, you mean the details of the trial? Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case. Oh, that would make sense why I'm here, actually. I'm taking that risk. I didn't want to burden her with that. And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it because a lot of evidence is against her? Is it really because of who the victim was? Oh, a different one. We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student. Thank you, father. Time for Susato's first case! Woo! I'm Susato, Mikotoba Susato, a judicial assistant, and now lawyer. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. Oh yeah, wasn't my father, like, ill or something, and that's why I came back? But my father is, like, good and alive here. I mean, good and, healthy, to be more accurate. Wait, when did he have those goggles? Wait, do we have matching goggles? What? Did he take that from Sherlock? What? I assume because the shirt is completely different now. Wait, I don't know this Ryunosuke. Who are you? How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder. Still, I've no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. I feel like each of these defense attorneys or whatever attorney should have like special ability. It's like, I gain the power to see 5 seconds into your past. Another person's like, I gain the power to be able to tell whose blood this is instantly without a DNA test because they weren't a thing back then, really. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san. Was that my first time? My first trial? 13th August, 9 AM. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 1. Why is it Supreme Court level? Oh, maybe it's because of the victim. I was like, it could have been like a civil or not civil, like a smaller court. This court is now in session to hear the trial of Minbamire. The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency. Wait, this guy's always been there for tutorial every time. Oh, she looks so nice. I mean, I guess you could think of her as like a feminine looking guy, I guess. I like her hair. Wait, was the hair always like that? I'm so confused now. It wasn't, right? I think she tied on top in the back. Oh man, she's so nice. Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency. We are ready. Ready! Long, she looks so confident, but she like forgot her line. Yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Naruhodo Ryutaro. Am I his brother? Ryutaro, is that correct? I feel like I wouldn't respond. Sorry? Oh, yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this little venture. Whisper, whisper. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind. You could have put more thought in your name. It could have been like... Oh, I guess it... You have the sakura petals on your thing in the thing. Isn't that kind of... Okay, I guess it could be like student teacher, so you just took the student's or the teacher's emblem or whatever, but still. Well, cancel. Yeah, yes, that's right. That's me. I mean, oh, this says Ryutaro now. Yes, I am Ryutaro. He who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. Yo, twin brother. Or twin brother, maybe like brother. It seems, Ryutaro, we need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. Whisper, whisper. Also, wait. Do you not need to like justify like can just anyone not prove the identity just walk in? Okay, sure. Or do we need to like falsify our records or something? And those wild white eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen. Naruhodo? A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be? You may be thinking of Naruhodo Ryunosuke, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is his twin brother. I mean, not twins. It could be fraternal twin, I guess, but his cousin. Oh my god. That's right. Ryutaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial. Okay. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any Tokyo's preeminent lawyers. Any of them. What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has had to call in a country boy. Oh, dude, you're not supposed to say that. How dare you! Susato, wait, girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Susato's every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys. I won't have you making fun of her. Girl, shut up. Her? Wait, I wonder if they say kanojo probably in Japanese. That would make sense. Oh, please be careful, Rei. In other words, shut up, Rei. What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes. Oh wait, very much suggest that he is not. I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruto-san goes through. She does the flicking... What is it? The whatever eyes that's like moving back and forth. Like it or not, eyes are... want to flit. Yeah, flit. Yeah, flitting was the right word. Okay, let's get my tutorial case on the go. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may very well affect the future of our empire, really. Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet, for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown Yoko? What is that? By the dock? Dear me. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether you're sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom. Yes, tutorial. 9 months ago, when a certain other Naruto stood where you're standing now. Was I there? I don't think I was there. The same judge tested him as well. So what, if I fail, is my client guilty? Even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors. Yeah, I should be able to do better. I at least like looked over the law. For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. Yep. So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions? Girl talk. Alright, it's time to prove myself. She copies his mannerism so much. In this case. Yes, Your Excellency, but please do make them simple. Very well. To start with, you will state the name of the victim. Whew, that is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried, best friend. Ah, wait, what? Wait, the victim? Is it the victim? Oh, I thought it was the defendant. What's the matter? Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruto-san goes through. Like it or not, minds are want to blank. It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances. I hope you have notes, at least. Oh dear, this is a dismal failure. Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as judicial assistant to overcome the problem. Of course! The court record! Yes, the answer- oh wait, oops. Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record. That's right. Just use RB to- okay, too meta. When you flip to the people, don't take too long to look over it. His Excellency is watching you closely. Alright, check the court record. That's what information I need will be. Okay. People. Wait, is it you again? Yeah, victim of the case who was a former British exchange student. 9 months ago, she was found guilty of the murder of visiting Professor Dr. John Wills. Yeah. Yeah, she was. She was the girl with the swan on her head. Struggling to accept the changes afoot as a result of these turbulent new times in Japan, the Meiji era. Hello. Best friend works as assistant to my father in his laboratory. Oh. Okay. Wait, what was it again? I don't even remember her face. I don't remember what her name was. Giselle Brett. What's the name of the victim in this case? Giselle. Oh, well, it was kind of obvious without even looking at it. Oh, animation. Or not really. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Well, it's an international incident, maybe? Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name. I forgot. Was there something? So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why, then, is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history? Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago. I think she was a murderer or whatever, right? And then they try her something, I forgot. But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record. Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman's student persona was the face of... I guess the killer? Queen Victoria. Just suspect. 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial University was killed, and the culprit was Giselle Brett. It was the one where Ryunosuke had found that he had a gun in his hand, right? And he was a suspect. Was it that one? Yes, she was a killer. Oh yeah, it was that one, okay. At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain, and it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Watson, was shot dead. Oh, and that was the father of, God, I forgot her name. The girl with Sherlock. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba. Yes, I was in debt to that man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly. You don't want to resolve it rapidly, you want to resolve it delicately. What the heck? Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A student of the Imperial University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Naruhodo Ryunosuke. With the help of his best friend, I like how I said best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense and exposed a despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. Wait, isn't that French? Or is she Englishman? Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai in China instead. Why Shanghai? There was a British consulate court there. There's none in Japan at all? Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board a steamship. That's a week. And yet the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed. Is she English? That sounds like a... Her first name sounds like a French name. Only the day before? Wait, girl, how did you not notice? That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant, except that last one. Oh! Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle. Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Aochi. As is your wish, Your Excellency. Okay, let's get on with it. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. Well, seagulls. Oh, as a resting area. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. Secluded bathing spot, okay. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes. Oh, she wearing that to a beach? But okay. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal. There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. I was like, cicatrized? Miss Brett in her bathing attire. Where was that bathing attire? That didn't look like it. And accused Membamire. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. Oh, what's the motive? The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady. Okay. Wait, why are we all ... Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say. Which part? That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raised an awful lot of questions. Wait, I haven't thought about it yet. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution on what he said about... powerful motive. Yeah, that was weird, actually. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement. Yeah, give me the motive. He's a yoko boy using long words he doesn't fully understand. I beg your pardon? No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Minbami-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe. I assume maybe like the professor was the one she was helping or something? The killed one? Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment. I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility. Don't tell me it's gonna be like she knew that her professor, this guy, is friends with the other guy, and she's like, I must help for sake of my professor, or something. Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then? Oh, there was that one too. Oh, well, I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson. Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago? I mean, she's a student. I wouldn't say that was, like, too much of a powerful motive. Maybe she's like a lover or something, then maybe. The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true? Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man. Wonderful man, wonderful person, human being. Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the English woman who killed him. Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred. Well, girl, you're not helping your case. Dude, shut up. You need to shut up again, girl. Oh no, hey! Be careful what you're saying. Dude. Well, yeah, you didn't help your case. The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency. Well, I can't argue with this. Well, it was clearly a trap all along. Well, it was so obvious. How wicked of him to use Lay's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. I must find out more details and something we can use to bolster our defense. Or defense, not defense. Wrong defense. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution on what he said about the bathing spot. I guess I click everything. If I may, Prosecutor Aochi. What do you want, you fresh-faced young Yoko student? I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot. Ha! My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Oops, sorry. Hit the desk. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. Is it like suntanning spots or whatever? We're told that bathing in the waters of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, is that how you say that? And excellent for the skins. No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea? Oh, why she was not like hold in a cell or something? Held in a cell? For old time's sake, I believe... Sorry? Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. Why was she not at guards with her then? And the British embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply. But on what grounds will we agree to such a request? Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal. Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted permission, not I. In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, who is who, nothing could go wrong. Who's that? But in fact, a murder took place. Wait, no, where's the detective? I said don't look at me. It was that young student girl who did it, not I. No one has proved that yet. I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to. At this stage, I need to gather more information, I think. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about... Emo together. Yeah, I was like, dude, where's the guy then? Minbami-san. Yes, what is this? I mean, Naruhodo-san? I'm really starting to wish we'd make my alias Yutaro Susato. Hello? Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place, and why you were alone with her. Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. Wait, what? There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett for starters. Yeah, I figured. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. By who? But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It was accused its last chance to take the victim's life. Huh? No, you just said she was asked to be there. She didn't volunteer for it. No. Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accuser would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. Okay. Kindly refrain from conjecture, Counsel. What does this mean even? I believe we all have a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. What was her research again? I don't remember. Obviously, over that period, she and Nay would have encountered each other on a number of occasions. Seeing the murder of the mentor for whom she had such great respect enjoying such an undeserved liberty. Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for feelings of anger and resentment. Poor Ray. So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. Oh, thank you. Is she bathing? Oh, that is just kind of like a... What is it? Those bathrobe type things. Yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image. Can I get rid of this thing again? I forget. Oh, wrong one. Oh well. As you can clearly see, there's nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden. The court will accept this photographic print as evidence. Okay, wait. Photographic print of a scene taken by police just after the incident occurred. The stab wound in the victim's back is clearly visible. Let me look at it. As I understand it then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. Okay, wait. Also, what is this? Time of death just after 2 p.m. Death is believed to be to trauma. Anyone was identified. Around 2 p.m. A single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung and resulting in fatal hemorrhage. That one. Death would have occurred within minutes. Notes: extreme meiosis, pupil constriction was observed in the victim in both eyes. Wait, why, I wonder? She's a pen in her hand. Wait. Where's the girl then? The girl's not even there. Also, the wine is spilt. The bottle's also spilt. Her mask thingy's on the floor. The swan is dead. She's in a bathing room, I assume. Where's another dress in the back? Maybe that's her actual dressing thing? Clothes? I don't know. So many masks in her suitcase. Okay, got it. Nothing, I think, out of order? This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant. Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. Yeah, that's true. You do need to do that to prove someone guilty. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence. Witnesses? But who? What's in the thing? Unless she came out with, like, bloodied, I guess. One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective. Don't tell me it's that guy. Actually, no, there's a different guy. Who is this guy? There was a different guy in Britain, so I guess it's a different guy here. I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Ugh. Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witnesses. I, AHHHHH, have been waiting for this moment. Sorry? Like what? Oh yes, I haven't forgotten that trial 9 months ago, here in this very courthouse. Dude, we are different people. When that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me. Oh, he has such longer. He took his hair out? Yeah, well, dude, he's wearing a different outfit. Oh, wait, oh, it's because I equipped him with a different outfit, right? What? Yes? I equipped them all. His insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten. Oh, they're nice though. You've become conceited with age, counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Dude, that's like so dangerous in court, like with Heckman. Oh, is that why his hair's like that? His hair would have grown back by now. It's been 9 months. Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Wait, what the heck is that phrase? Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died. The start of your own mini Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing as well, counsel? Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle atop of my head. Observe the Aochi growth! Is it that weird ball thing on your head? Yeah, that one. You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown. I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something. Wait, what? Girl, what? I'm afraid I can't really see. Where is this hope axe exactly, girl? Girl, silence. Like, legit, shut up, girl. I said silence. Today, I face another Yoko student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you, and my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope. Off top of my head, you have been warned. Okay. With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand. Actually, let me save this real quick. What is this outfit? What does it prove? Oh. Was it autosave? Yeah, you want to save one? I want to change it. See if I can change your outfits. Yeah. What was her previous outfit? Oops, wrong button. Taylor. Oh, I did change it. Or her whole homemade suit. Oh, she would have looked like. Wait, what? Outfits only available for use in the great... Doesn't she look like a girl here though? Wait, let me change it like this. Let me change it like this and see what it looks like. Obviously I know what Inosuke looks like. Oh, not you. Oh yeah, actually, yes you. How do I look? It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and defense each has much to lose. Haircut is hardly comparable to Rei's life. He's like so shocked. What do I look like? Oh my god, it's you guys again? Again? Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. It's the guy on the ship. Chief Inspector Hosonaga Satoru, Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I can go undetected. He's not in disguise when you say that. And I am, well, I don't remember his voice actually. But the next big thing in books. An author renowned throughout the capital, in fact, yes. Soon to be sold out. This satirical I Am a Cat. Sensational Success by Natsume Soseki. His name is actually pretty accurate. Oh my god. Oh, she looks cute! Wait, I'm gonna skip her like this for now. Oh, she looks so cute! Oh, dude, I like how she, oh, now I'm more convinced that she looks like a guy than the other outfit. Let's keep her like this for now. Struggling student from the provinces. Please, you needn't be in awe of me. I need? It's only natural that you feel nervous in my presence, but all of you, please, relax. Call me Soseki even. Yes? Oh, she's so cute! Oh my god. What on earth is Soseki-san doing here? We don't recognize her. Tread carefully, Susato. That author fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? Or the other guy too, I think. If he exposes you for who you really are, this will be over before it's begun. Yes, of course, I know. Oh, she's so cute! I presume Soseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that's been since I last saw him. Now he's like, I'm a celebrity. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe. What is he? Turtle? What is a turtle on his head? It's bobbing its head! Do I have something on my face? Well, your glasses for one. Although they don't seem to be helping you see. Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either. Ah, I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here in the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony. It's my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Why are you wearing that shirt on your head during a bathing spot? Okay. Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. Are you the bodyguard? What business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Soseki-san? Ah, well, you see, I had been asked that day to give a lecture on the morning of the incident in the Imperial Yume University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less. His voice, I'm still deciding what this should be. At Yume University? After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with a researcher from the Medical Science Department. The professor over there, in fact. With Professor Mikotoba? Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted some story or other about 2 former students who studied in Great Britain. Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leaves me alone. They secretly spy, snapshots, scribble stories, and scupper my privacy. With that guy behind you. Wait, that guy might have evidence then. He might have evidence on the scene of the crime. As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure, my provincial, struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies. Thank you very much. You practically threw that paper at me. Oh. A newspaper containing an article about a discussion between my father and Soseki-san. The debate became quite spirited. Wait, let's look at it. Anyway, following my interview with a professor... Okay, wait. Yeah, let me look at it first. There might be evidence here. The cat. I can't read some of these. Maybe it's because like old Japanese. I don't know what I don't know what this word is. Like, what is this? I don't know if that's even a word. Oh wait, oh, E? Is it katakana E? And then the long bar? I don't know. Usually long bars like written vertically. Anything about this article that looks... I don't think so. What is this crack? Or I guess it's folded up, not good. Why look like you're trying to chop his head off, but okay. The cat is cute. I think he had a cat before. I don't know much about this, okay. The lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Those were her words. As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory, under strict surveillance, of course. At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance, and the response was, permit Miss Brett to go as long as a detective accompanies her. The detective I am at liberty to divulge was me, Chief Inspector Hosonaga Satoru. Thereby the entire party departed cordially for the seaside, it seems. It was extremely challenging to clear all the other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach. Except you brought the writer with you? But fortunately, I'm at peak physical fitness at the moment, so he says while coughing. So I was able to carry out my duty flawlessly, except she died. How was that flawlessly? Oh my, Inspector, you... Well, you do have something on your face now. Oh god, that towel's like bloody. Oh, that towel had turtles on it too! How unsightly. I do apologize. Does that mean... Oh, does that mean you went to the beach too, Father? No. Fortunately, I had work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course. It meant that, as my assistant, Ray was now invited to take my place. I wonder if she would have been the... He would have been actually the murderer. Like, framed as a murderer, actually. Because he didn't take the day off. Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline an invitation. God, but if only I had, I'd never seen that awful sight. Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret. Very well. I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. You will give an account of all that you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast. Testimony time! Of course, Your Excellency. Relentlessly sacked by remorse and regret I am. Okay. Witness testimony. Witnessing. On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise. I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me. What is that? I ran into the beach hut at once, where I found the pair in question. Yes, that young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, as she stabbed wildly. What does astride mean? Stabbed wildly? That sounds like more than once. I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she stabbed the victim multiple times. Wait, that's weird now. Multiple times? There's a one wound. Indeed, it does appear from this testimony that both witnesses here saw it. Y'all need to listen carefully. The very moment of this heinous crime. What? Wait, what do you mean, what, dude? I mean, yeah, they're jumping to conclusions too fast, but... Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Yes, that was it. Damning evidence. What have you there, counsel? Oh wait, no, what have you there, counsel? So-called fountain pen, is it? Correct, Your Excellency. I found it at the scene whilst examining the body. It appears that in her dying moments, with her final ounce of strength, she wrote the name, the victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify her killer. What? Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over the photographic print of the crime scene once more. She does have a pen in her hand. I do remember that. Oh, goodness me. Yes, the victim's clearly grasping something quite deliberately there in her hand. That's right, the fountain pen. And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency. What about it? There's blood on his name. Ugh! The owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite bearer. Oh, that too. R.M. Mimbami Rei. Initials of the defendant! I mean, it doesn't have to be her, but okay. Oh, no! Dude, she's like literally copying, you know, Skezo. This fountain pen will be admitted immediately as critical evidence. Curious initials Ariam. Wait a minute, look at it. So, have I omitted anything? Wait, yeah, give me a second. I assume there's blood inside, maybe? Wait, why can't I click it? Oh, I can't examine the pen? Oh, lame. Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel. I like her hat. It's like purple. Rimmed. But I don't remember if that's actually how it was in the beginning. I don't understand. Professor Ouchie of 9 months ago was a failure? Had none of this man's poise. I think he did, but it was fake, I guess. Counsel for the defense. You may begin your cross-examination now. Yeah, the multiple wounds part. Naruhodo-san. Naruhodo. What would you do now? That means... Oh, yes, me. Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom? Actually, there isn't even a single Naruhodo in your courtroom. Cousin Ryutaro, pull yourself together, please. Alright, I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witness testimonies to prove that they're lying somehow. Or well, they're mistaken. It doesn't have to be lying, but that's all there is to it. That's how a real lawyer would handle a cross-examination. So let's see how see what I can do. Dun dun dun. I already got it. On day of an incident's order. Let's go through everything. Mata! Her voice is so high. In that jaunty disguise? Correct. Wait, no, I mean, it wasn't the first time I've worn this swimsuit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. Do what must be done to keep the Englishwoman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day. And this tried and tested outfit was the answer? Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of a detective's job. I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface. Dude, if I saw Turtle on me, I'd be like, oh my god, Turtle! And I would look at the turtle. Mr. Turtle loves the water. But there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there? Yeah, there was no one there. If that made you late arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong. He's like, Perhaps I shouldn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the moment. I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard it caught. What? A what? A what? Ah, you're describing the victim's scream, presumably, Suzuki-san. In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Yeah! Or the like. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We renowned authors are wont to describing things so. Suzuki-san wasn't at all like this in England. Fame changed him. Anyway, I spun around at the noise and the beach hut immediately fell under my gaze. Yes, the beach hut. The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation. Oh, locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet. The beach hut is a simple structure, erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun. Oh, I'm a magician. Hello! Ace Attorney was off too. Happening. Although the English woman commandeered the hut for herself. Which meant that I was forced to change into my swimwear on the sand. Oh, how dreadful. Ah, I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you. Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside. What crab? And headed for the beach hut at a run. Oh, hello. Wait, what's with everyone here? Hello, hello. I'm fully voicing everything. Unfortunately, because there's no voice. Or in more literary terms, I decrabbed and beetled off hutwise. Like a beetle? I ran into the- oh, okay. Ran into the beach. Yeah. Found a pair in question. What the? Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say... How could that be? No. Wait, what pair? What? Wait, what is she insinuating? No. You misunderstand. Obviously, I mean the victim and the defendant, Minbami-san and Rei. Susato-san's voice. Yeah, she's so high and cute. She's so cute in this outfit. Sorry, I'm gonna repeat this again, people who weren't here, but she's so cute in this outfit, dressing as a boy. Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, it would have been helpful if you could have just said that from the outset. Wait. Sorry. Nightbot is kind of weird, so if it does something weird, yeah, I should probably fix that one day. She is I read it. No worries, I read it for you. I don't know. Maybe I need to fix the thing. But okay. If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes. Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish. Very foolish. Nightbot is not that bad. Nightbot just misunderstood. It really was an outside chance. I just wish I'd realized that before I said something silly. So, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut? Well, it was a sorry sight. A really grisly scene. I parted the Noren curtain hanging in the doorway and stepped inside, only to see defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim, sprawled on the sand. He coughs for me. I don't need to cough. My glasses very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes. How thoroughly appalling. He doesn't appear to be lying here. あれ、日本語話せるんだ。あれ、日本語話せますか？話せますよ。Well, Soseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga is saying, I wonder? You like a literary man's opinion? Okay, yes, that young girl was astride, doing with a dagger in hand as she stabbed wildly. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh! 同じ英語も日本語話せます。Stabbed wildly? You actually saw her do it? Oh, indeed. The terrible spectre, the Terrapin Inspector? Terrapin? The bloody torn, the author's torment. Wait, what is this supposed to be in Japanese, I wonder? Eek. Oh well. Maybe like that. Every sight and every sound is still carved in my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least, as a future literary sensation. Kya kana? They said kya. When it's kya, they put K-Y-A-A-A-A-H. So I'm like, maybe it's not. Anyway. Council, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream? Oh, no. No? What are you insinuating? I'm as merely a Japanese man as you. I wonder if I might interject here. Soseki-san, something you said is troubling me. Me too! I thought that too. That was my impression. Were your words just now? Oh wait, I forgot that part. I believe. So, do you mean to say you're not confident that you really did see what you've described? No, yes, I know what I saw. My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream, hence my eyes didn't deceive me either. That does not work that way. I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it all in tomorrow's newspaper or serial. It's court evidence, you can't publish that yet, when it's not decided yet. It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat, oh, Wagahai wa Neko de aru, made to make a I don't know how to pronounce that either. I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become. Oh dear, how awkward. Awkward? How awkward? Okay. So this part. What do you mean that she stabbed the victim multiple times? This part's weird. Macabre? I forget. She was stabbed multiple times? How can you be sure of that? Very simply. From the blood on the blade. Wait, what? Wait. Does that work that way? Like, if you just stab one, I mean, then again, never have experience stabbing someone, but if you stab someone, I assume the blood just goes on it. I would assume to be more blood splattered if there was more knife wounds outside, but not on the blade. So anyway, that's my opinion. The blood? When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air. Yes, that's right. I saw it too. Oh wait, so if it's raised in the air and it's bloody already, and she stabbed again, then that would make sense actually. And I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. Okay, got it. Yeah, okay. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived on the scene. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that's right. I saw it too. Dude, you're just saying yes, you agree. You don't have any input, Suzuki-san. And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand too. Already? Okay. All of which means I can be sure the victim did not die instantly. Is that fatal wound? But okay. Yes, right, I saw it too. Girl, guy, shut up. Maybe a year in London was too much for him. He sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese. What? I want to know how that, thing is, but okay. The logic of your argument is sound at best. Well, as I said, it is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. He is shouting the yes, so deshita. Hi, so deshita. Yes, so deshita. Or hi, so deshita, I wonder. Perhaps it would have been your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly. Girl! You burned him. Oh my god. It's like, I did my duty flawlessly, and yet the victim's dead. It's like, I don't think you did your duty flawlessly, but okay. Yeah. That's just my personal opinion, of course. Such great timing for your illness to pop up. Oh, you're shooting the turtle instead? Counsel, you refrained from mocking the witness. Sorry. Oh no, I just have so many thoughts whirling around in my head. It's all I can do to stand here, wide-eyed and mute. Goodness, my dear, you really must try to calm down. But how am I supposed to find an inconsistency in what these two gentlemen are saying? Girl, I already figured it out from the beginning. I don't see why either of them would have any reason to lie. It's not lying, maybe. It's just that's what they saw, and that's, what you must remember I think, is that witnesses may inadvertently lie at times. For various reasons. A misunderstanding, a mistaken observation, a delusion, even... a delusion. Wait, what's the last part? What's important is that we determine the truth, and there's only one sure way to do that. Yes, with evidence, of course. Spoken like a true judicial assistant. I'm a lawyer, father. I'm a lawyer right now. During witness testimony, you can use... Okay, present. Yeah, okay. Okay. Got it. Skip. Conflict information that may be the consistency you're looking for. It's a homojoshi. Mikotoba homojoshi. Is that how you say it? I thought it'd be just like sensei or something. Some universities use sensei, or at least that's the one I know, at least. Please give in Japanese, I'm insane. Oh! That's great! That means you can give me more details about the other version. And how accurate this translation one is. Maybe back in the days they used homojoshi, I don't know. It has to start at the beginning, remember, so those lines are quite familiar. Okay. Besides, there's no one else to defend the poor girl. You're right. I need to listen to the testimony again from the start. Okay, yep, thank you. Tutorial anyway. Yep, okay. Yep, stab Wiley. This part. It proved to me that she stabbed the... Okay, this part. I got it. Only a single wound. Single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung. I got it. Present! Yeti! Although that wouldn't sit in court. Her voice is too feminine if you think about it. But, shh! That's it. She has the magic of a male disguise disguising her, her voice. With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruto-san have stood here at this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed. Oh, she's so cute! And cool. What's the meaning of that menacing pose, counsel? I'll like the witness to clarify something for me. Who, what, where, what, how? Wait, that's so English. I'm blown away by this translation personally. I think it's extremely well done. There's a couple of phrases here and there that I don't like, but it's really something I can count on one hand. That's good. It's good to know. I was like, speaking Japanese is gonna be a lot of reading. If it's fully voiced, I could do this in Japanese. Otherwise, if it goes into like technical terms, that's kind of difficult for me. It means I have to use a dictionary. That's what that means. Not you, Soseki-san. This query is directed at Inspector Hosonaga. At me? In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times. Yes, that's right. As I said when I entered the hut, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand, like a murderous demon. And yet, that cannot be. What? Get to the point, please, counsel. Her book, handy dandy book that has everything in the world. Encyclopedia. In the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only. Oh. It's just a random cough. In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed. Ah, you and your flawless duty. Yep, you're flawed. And Soseki-san, me? You claim to have seen Membami-san in the throes of stabbing the victim. Yes, I did, wildly. But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point, that there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding. Yes. And? It's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, that was either not... Wait. That was either not the murder weapon that they saw, or someone else already stabbed her and she's just holding it. And she didn't actually stab. Yeah, she's holding a murder weapon, but she didn't actually do it. Therefore, there's no way there could have been blood on the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred. Yep. True. Then what exactly is your contention, counsel? Are you ever going to tell us? You're like, girl, hurry up. I mean, boy, hurry up. Yes, your excellency. There's only one logical conclusion. Well, they're taking there's two. I had two, but what Soseki-san in fact saw was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant, in fact, withdrew the blade from the victim's body. Oh, I guess he could. I guess that's possible too. I thought he at least like saw it swing down though. Or well, I mean, yeah, okay. That's also a theory. That can't be. It can't be! Can't believe they're wearing beach clothing in court. Excellent work, Susato. Oh. お友達じゃ結婚してください. Love. I don't know. I didn't watch much of the series, but I'm still of the theory that she likes Kazuma-san who died, so don't spoil anything though. I'm like, oh, it's my childhood friend who died. But anyway, don't tell me. He exploded at them with that objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically. No spoilers, but oh my god, I like them. I also like them. Okay. It's okay. Well, this takes me back. Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this in that trial 9 months ago. A half-witted child with a half-baked objection attempting to steal the show. You're right, there were certain similarities. Because we're part of the Naruhodo clan. Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who has only half a head of hair. I love Ryu and Susato's relationship. Also, it's so cute that they admire each other and grow stronger together. Wait, technically I saw Kazuma. Although Ryu and Susato's also good too. I don't know. I feel like those are platonic friends right now. But don't spoil. That's what I'm thinking, but anyway. Slander! My head is quite adequately dressed. In any case, all this talk of stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds, it makes not a jot of difference. Oh, the fact there's no one else in the hut, maybe? She could have stabbed and then withdrew, I guess. No, I like Susato, Kazuma, and Susato too. Oh, they all have a good dynamic. What? Why not? Engage your brain, young man. When the accused first plunged a deadly weapon into the victim, that was the fatal blow. And it was that moment, just as she had drawn the blade ready for her next strike, that the witnesses saw. That was, I thought that too. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim. Ugh! All you have successfully shown with your little display is that the mustache author is prone to moments of extravagance. Ugh! She literally copies Ryunosuke so much. All the mannerism. I am in agreement with the prosecution. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, that is sufficient grounds for actions to be viewed with suspicion. But if she was withdrawing the blade, then we are back where we started. Sorry, yeah, there's no one else in the hut, so it could have only been her. Consider this, young Yoko boy. Where's Yoko? If the student girl is innocent, as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim? And with the demon's cold-blooded composure, too. How would you know about cold-blooded composure? The prosecution demands an explanation. It had better be good. Wait, drink water. It's like an hour of talking. Why did Ray pull out the blade? Or the knife? Yes, going for the jugular. Oh, the jugular vein thing? Hmm? What does father mean by that? The jugular vein! The fatal vein thingy, I assume. Let the court hear your answer then, counsel. The truth is, I don't really know. Wait, have we not questioned the girl yet about what actually happened? Why do you not know, girl? But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case. Wait. This means one thing and one thing only. Saving. Oh. No woman in court like ever. Yeah, go ask the girl! The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could save her life? I mean, I do know there's some, wasn't it, there's certain wounds that if you pull it, then like the blood will come out more and gush out more, so you die faster. But I think it's also a reasonable conclusion to think, oh, if I pull this out, you know, it'll help or something. I'll go with number 2. There's no reason to do the other 2 anyway. According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant. That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining her injury. Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer. I also think actually that maybe this was a frame, like some like she was gonna be tried in Shanghai, whatever, and then but they want to make it like a Japan's fault or something, maybe, and one of her accomplices, whatever, stabbed her or whatever, or like betrayed her and stabbed her, and then try to frame it as a professor who was supposed to be there, but he had work to do, so he wasn't there, and so therefore the assistant was there instead, and that's why she's the victim. Anyway, that's my theory right now. The point is, being a medical research assistant, alright, she was medical research, so she knows how to do stuff. Minbami-san was compelled to act when faced with a wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled a blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life. Wait, why you all? Wait, what are his faces? That's reasonable. Reasonable. What is this supposed to mean? Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem that this is the best we can expect of this young Yoko. Indeed. Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel much colder in here? Your Excellency, if I may. Oh, what do you have? Speak, witness. I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slipshod assertion I just put forth by the Yoko Defense Counsel, I mean. Hey, you don't get to call me that. Slipshod? What does that mean, actually? I have no idea what he's supposed to say. What is haha, whatever. Like, sigh? Ah, an excellent idea. Oh, I know. An excellent idea, Inspector. Our young Yoko hopefully has a modicum sum of knowledge when it comes to law, it seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not one iota of common sense. Very well, Inspector. I will permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion. Yay, witness testimony number 2! Yes, sir, I will do it so flawlessly. You need to give up on your flawless thing. It has not been working out for you. It's like the 3rd time, too, I think. Forensic medicine primer. Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding. Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's basic knowledge that any medical research assistant with an ounce of sense ought to know. That is probably true too, actually. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim. The victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, that was the defendant's highly respected mentor. I guess that's actually pretty true. Is what you just said true, Inspector? Could pulling a knife from a wound really cause the wound to bleed heavily? Does it not depend location too, or is it just all wounds? Yes, think of the weapon itself as a stopper in the wound that prevents excessive blood loss. Until a doctor is ready to provide proper treatment, that stopper shouldn't be removed. What if she does have proper treatment? Wait, let me look at a picture. Wait. No, I guess I don't see anything that's like equipment-wise. Although the alcohol there is like, it's like sterilizing thing? Or like, don't people like, I don't know, maybe just like the movies or whatever, but like, if you don't have the disinfectant alcohol, you try to disinfect your wound by like pouring alcohol, like wine or whatever the heck. I don't know. Oh, I see. This is why Yoko should stay on the farm. Even a quack from some obscure mountain village would have such basic knowledge. I'm a city girl. I mean city boy. I'll have to go, unfortunately. Oh, man. Thanks for the comments and everything, though. Have fun. Wherever. Thank you for joining. Otherwise, we'll hang out soon again. Oh, thanks, Paula. Thank you. Feel free to drop by when you have free time or whatever you're bored. Thanks. Anyone who's ever given someone a little poke with a knife and pulled it out again knows it. Wait, who has? Why? What is this? Anyone who's ever done that? As if it's so normal. That's so what? Okay, sure. Oh, well, I've never stabbed anyone, you see. Yeah, I don't think anyone usually would have. Or pulled a blade out of a wound, so... Of course you haven't. I didn't bring you up to behave like a bandit. Father, is it true? What they're telling me? Yes, it's basic remedial knowledge for medics. Ray would have been well aware of it. Oh, if you're saying that, okay. If she were to go claim ignorance of such fundamentals, that would prove fatal in many ways. But then, why would Ray have done it? Would she have pulled out the knife in full knowledge that it would be fatal for Miss Brett? I don't know. Wait, do ask her then. Y'all need to ask and talk. Communication, man. In a relationship in court is important. Ray never once mentioned anything about the knife to me. Girl, why? Maybe she's hiding something. It seems almost impossible to believe, but... Could my friend actually have... No, she's probably hiding something. Susato. I mean, I'm... No, I'm Ryutaro. Yes? Pull yourself together. We mustn't lose sight of why we're here. Ah! To defend my friend! Counsel, it's time for your cross-examination. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. However, I must warn you that if your cross-examination fails to identify any issue with the established facts, I will be moving to my adjudication immediately afterwards. I understand. Believing in your clients and fighting for their cause until the bitter end. I knew it would be hard, but I had no idea it would be this hard. Ryunosuke Kazuma! Susato, go! Okay. Thinking could cause heavy bleeding. Okay, let's question everything. You say doing it without thinking could be a problem. Yeah, there are cases. Does that mean if you use due care and attention, it would be alright? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't have thought this needed spelling out really, but the blade is like a stopper in the wound. Oh, we said this earlier. Remove it and a serious hemorrhage will occur. In other words, a medic would need to be present before any attempt was made to withdraw the blade. You mean like her? Doing it without thinking would be madness. Yet, you just can't do it. Oh, well, thank you for such a thorough explanation, but Ray is a medic, right? Or I guess she's not a medic, she's just an assistant? You see, Counsel, when you act without thinking, the result is a bloodbath. Ugh. Back to the witness testimony, please. In that case, there's an obvious explanation here. Which is? Clearly, the defendant, Minbami Rei-san, does not possess an ounce of sense. Great, let's call insanity. What do you think about that, Professor Mikotoba? I'm not sure you should be labeling your best friend as lacking common sense. Well, I thought it would be better than labeling her as a murderer. I don't know young people late today. If that's friendship, I don't understand it. Careful, Counsel. A lack of common sense can be a very dangerous thing. Wait, why is he holding the hammer and hitting his hand with it? Oh dear, that recoiled on me rather badly. That's life, I'm afraid. A lesson everyone must learn. Hopefully you can see now that this is really basic medical knowledge. Being involved in medical research, Minbami-san would certainly have been aware of it. In other words, there's no good reason why defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. I don't know what the thing is. I feel like I can get something else from his statements. The defendant had suddenly encountered somebody she knew lying on the ground, bleeding to death. The sight could have shocked her delicate sensibilities, causing her to remove the blade inadvertently. I really don't think inadvertent actions can explain this. The woman is a medical research assistant. I can't believe she would behave so irrationally. Oh, but irrational behavior is a woman's prerogative, isn't it? Oh, dude. You're using that as your argument, but you're forever going to say that women are irrational, and that's also not a good thing to enforce the stereotype. Oh dear, you have a lot to learn about women. I don't want to hear that from you. Only a small-minded man could have such bigoted views. Oh dear, perhaps I'm letting my male persona take hold a little too much. Well, I haven't managed to convey the basics now. I should cover the medical side of the argument. Alright, that's everything. Let's not forget the young student did have a motive for killing. I don't know about this. Whatever the motive, it just isn't- oh, I can't- evidence says everything. You can't believe in that either. This is your opinion. Whatever the motive, it just isn't in Minbami-san's nature to do something so awful. But she had both motive and opportunity. That's very hard to argue against. But you don't know the defendant! And you, Counsel, do not appear to know the law. Yes, evidence is the only way to convince the court of your argument, not feelings. Yeah, I agree with that. With this fledging to defend her, I would almost say I pity the accused. So do I. Inspector, you will reiterate your point about the defendant's motive, please. Oh, thank you. Ah, yes, Miss Brett was in many ways the sworn enemy of Minbami-san. Thank you. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, was a defendant's highly respected mentor. Is there anything else here I can mention? Well, yes, that's true. Dr. Wilson recognized Minbami-san's talent and offered her the position of assistant, despite her being a woman. She was extremely grateful to him. Yes, the Englishman appears to have been a very broad-minded individual. Dr. Wilson had no time for outdated traditions. He met with opposition, of course, but he believed firmly in Minbami-san's abilities. Clearly, the defendant was in the man's debt, which only serves to prove my point. This is hopeless. I can't find a single crack in this testimony anywhere. If Ray knew that withdrawing the knife from the wound would threaten Miss Brett's life further, I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it. Susato, It's at times like these when it's especially important to remember the fundamentals. Which one? The fundamentals? Evidence is what counts in the courtroom, isn't it? Of course! But I've been through the court record dozens of times already. Well, like 3 times actually. I think perhaps you're forgetting something though. You needn't take the evidence at face value. You can and must examine it in greater detail too. Wait, I thought I did that already. Ah! I realize this is your first time playing the role of lawyer in a courtroom. So if you need reminding of the rudiments, you need only ask. I'll do my very best to help. Examine the evidence in the court record? It's an idea, certainly. What should I do? Wait, no, wait. Wait, Spartan guidance, wait. I think that may be overdoing it slightly, but... Very well. So open the court record first of all with RB. Oh my god. Let's take a look at the fountain pen. Wait! I couldn't view the fountain pen. You didn't let me. What the heck, man? That was not there earlier. Okay. Yes, the initials RM. There they are, clearly engraved on the barrel. By using this, you can look at a piece of evidence from all- Okay, yeah, okay. You should have a good look at everything to make sure. Yep, okay, I got it. Yes, I will. I can rotate the pen with this and watch closely for anything out of the ordinary. This mark? Oh my god! She looks so much more different on the right side. Wait. Yeah, she looks so different. I like the 3D version of her. Then again, this one looks more convincing as a guy. Honestly. I would have thought she was a guy if I didn't know who this person was. There's some sort of emblem here, look. But it isn't a Yume University one. Oh, that's not her pen then. It must belong to some other organization, I suppose. A business of some kind. But that would seem to imply that the pen doesn't in fact belong to Rei. Yep. Oh, are we done? Okay. Wait, where does the pen go? I don't know where to present this. Is there anything else? If we take off the pen's lid... Oh, thank you. I was like, that can't be the only thing. Okay, that's it. Is that it? Now let's unscrew the barrel, shall we? Wait, what? They made it seem like there's nothing else in the pen. Maybe just stick a message in here somewhere. This must be the little reservoir that holds the ink, but it's empty. Yes, you fill it by drawing ink from the bottle, up through the nib. Is something wrong, Father? It's empty. Just that there doesn't actually appear to be any ink in there, that's all. Doesn't look like it's used for a pen. Oh yes, you're right. It's pretty much empty. Well, it could be on the verge of running out, I suppose. I think they still leave traces of ink, though. Very small amount of liquid still inside. Oh, I guess it's still there. And RM would be a different name. The RM initials are very clearly engraved here. And the fact that Miss Brett was clinging to this pen in her dying moments is very clearly a message too. To identify her killer, you mean? I don't think there can be any doubt that this is a key piece of evidence in this case. There's nothing else. No. What could it be? Motive. I don't know. Her movement isn't her. Very hard to argue against. You appear to know the law. This one doesn't help, okay. And then they added the last testimony. Wait, did I talk about this? Did I do this? Well, yes, that's true. You should be grateful to him. Okay, yeah, never mind. What is it? Maybe examine the other ones. Come think of it, Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san were always turning evidence over and over in their hands. Yes, I need to examine things in greater detail. I already did that though. Maybe the other ones have something. Because the pen doesn't look like they have anything. There was this thing mentioned about the pupil constriction though. I don't know why that's mentioned. Where's the knife? You're not even in the picture either. Oh wait, there's a back? What the heck? You didn't tell me that. Routes England returnees tell all. This is the interview with you and Soseki-san. Is it, father? I was like professor, I was like father. It looks as though it was quite an exchange. Yes, he became a little over-animated when he was talking about his time in England. The photographer managed to capture the moment his hand karate chopped me on the neck. I do hope you weren't hurt. Near the back. This is a newspaper from Soseki-san. There seems to be an important article on the back page as well. Exclusive, deadly poison stolen from Yumei Medical Research Laboratory. Oh! Yumei's Medical Research. Father, isn't that your lab? What the? Let me see that one. The poison's been stolen? It's this morning's paper that Soseki-san gave us. Are you saying you didn't know? As embarrassing as that is for the head of the laboratory, I didn't. I've not heard any such thing. Where on earth could the reporter have gleaned this information? Come to think of it, there was no article mentioning this story in a paper this morning, was there? It's a highly toxic poison we've been working on in the strictest confidence. I put Ray in charge of the project. Oh! Ray! She was managing it? If what's written here is true, it means that she tried to hide the theft from me. Yeah, I knew she's hiding something. And moreover, details were leaked somehow. I don't believe it. We need to read this article very carefully. Oh. Okay. Can I, like, examine it in more detail? Who's we? Is it just you? I think that's it for this. No good reason why. Maybe she stole the poison. I don't know anymore. I need to save. I don't know. Which one could it be? Actually, wait, let me check something. Okay, now we're good. I don't know. What is it? Poison. Wait, can I examine this one? Oh, what the heck? Wow, I didn't think you added it. Following a lecture at Yumei by Natsume Soseki on 11th August, it's come to light that a very disturbing incident took place. A deadly poison being secretly developed in the university's forensic science laboratory was stolen. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth— oh, is this going to be the part with the eyes? Either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade? Oh. Would prove fatal in minutes. Current methods cannot detect the newly developed chemical. Oh, the university would have to be consulted. Onset of symptoms occur in minutes, starting with impaired breathing and ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. There it is. Such symptoms would be suggestive of this toxin. It's apparently an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids and rumored to have been commissioned by the military. Found it. Wait, where would I put this then? Maybe she knew it was poisoned. But then why would you pull it? I'm gonna try this one. Oh, it's correct. The music stopped. No, there is one possibility. One very good reason why the defendant might have decided to withdraw the blade from the victim's wound, because she knew it was poisoned. And she hoped the poison wouldn't go in, maybe? I don't know. What? Ha! The Yoko not only has a poor grasp of the law, but he's also a poor loser. Tell us then, what possibility do you think you've identified? It's here, in this newspaper article. An article about a deadly poison having been stolen from a laboratory at the Imperial Yume University. The victim perished from a stab wound. Poison has no relevance in this case. Now if you read this... But... Prosecutor Ouchi, you will let the defense speak. What? But a newspaper article? The court cannot rely on the kind of hearsay those wretched publications carry. Counsel for the defense. I'm going to need some tangible basis for your claim. You'll indicate to the court precisely what part of the newspaper article mentioned affirms your assertion. Your Excellency! Yes, of course. Thank you. They would have never done something to further endanger Miss Brett's life without just cause. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife from the victim's body is explained in the article, where it says... Maybe this one? I don't know what tiny quantities, but... The article reveals the following property about the poison in question. When the toxin enters the body on a knife laced with the poison, it's rapidly absorbed and causes death in minutes. Are you suggesting? If the knife used to attack Miss Brett was laced with this very poison, it would explain why the defendant, Minbami-san, would have withdrawn the blade as soon as possible. Yes, the truth is, it was an attempt to stop the poison from entering the victim's body, although it's kind of late. She did die in minutes. What? This is a complete and utter nonsense. Not at all. The defendant withdrew the knife blade from the victim's body not to accelerate the woman's demise, but to save her life, and the prosecution cannot deny the possibility. Have you not read the post-mortem report? The cause of death was hemorrhage. The word poison appears nowhere in the document. Well, it's because it says not detectable, girl. You read it. That's because by acting quickly to remove the blade, the defendant prevented the poison from taking hold. Oh please, this is clearly desperation. The weasel's last breaking of wind. Poison has nothing whatsoever to do with this case, as I believe the defense is well aware. Girl, did you read the whole article? We have no proof that the information in this wretched newspaper article is at all reliable anyway. In that situation, what the student should have done is wait for medical assistance to arrive. But instead, you claim she suspected poisoning and took the potentially lethal decision to remove the blade. Yeah, why does she know it had poison? That's what I want to know. Unless she saw someone being like, here, eat this poison or something. I don't know. She must have had a strong reason for suspicions then. Or the argument makes no sense. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Exactly. Well put, Inspector. On what grounds did she do it? Yoko? Why did they suspect a stolen poison was involved? If you want grounds, I'll give you grounds. Yeah, coffee grounds. What? You can't possibly. From your expression, Counsel, it would appear those are not empty words. I still don't know who the culprit is though. But naturally, as you stand in this courtroom as a lawyer, you must be aware that words alone, empty or not, are of no value in our modern justice system. The court demands evidence. Yes, Your Excellency. I'm well aware of that. I've seen it many times, from my place at his side in the Old Bailey. In that case, Counsel, you'll present the proof to the court now. What evidence demonstrates a clear link between this case and the poison in the newspaper article? The one that says she has people 1. I would ask the court to refer to the notes section of the post-mortem report, which reads, extreme meiosis, pupil constriction was observed in the victim. Clearly, being a Yoko with no knowledge of forensic science, I have no idea, so please do tell me. Presumably, the fact that this condition of the victim was noted in the post-mortem report means that it's an unusual symptom of death. Well, under no normal circumstances, the pupils dilate when someone dies. If there was extreme constriction instead, that's most certainly unusual, yes. What are you saying, you Yoko detective? In the newspaper article, there's the following information about the stolen poison. Onset of symptoms occur in minutes, ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. What? If the defendant, upon seeing the victim stabbed in the back, all saw people, happened to notice that the pupils of Miss Brett's eyes had constricted severely, then you would just be like, oh my god, it's the poison. Yes, as a medical research assistant, she would have suspected poison immediately, without doubt. Oh, that's... well, she's lying face down, but okay. Oh, I guess maybe she pushed her that way so she could pull the knife out, maybe. Prosecutor Ouchie, I think you'll agree this is very compelling evidence. You Yoko student and Yoko professor! I don't know what Yoko means. I believe the defense has expertly demonstrated a credible reason for the defendant's actions. No! Mikotoba Yuji. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe you are best placed here to confirm or deny the veracity, or the truth, right, of the defense counsel's argument. You will tell the court the truth about the details reported in this newspaper, please. It pains me to have to admit it, but I'm afraid I don't know. You don't know? The toxin was kept under lock and key in my laboratory, certainly, but I was unaware of any theft. Do you mean to tell the court that the reports of this theft are unfounded? No, Your Excellency. Without returning to the laboratory to investigate myself, I couldn't say. Listen to the bumbling academic. Unaware of the theft of secret state research from his own workplace until he reads of it in the newspaper. I take full responsibility for the incompetence of my supervision. Father! A pitiful situation for a university professor. You should have more control over your students, rather than allowing them off on killing sprees. I don't think we control that, but... That's totally unfounded. Who said that? Wait, there was no voice. Unless I talked over him. Or her. Oh, the girl. Oh, she doesn't have a voice, okay. How'd she get there? None of this is Professor Mikotoba's fault. It's all my fault. Hey. Minbami-san, you stand accused here. Outbursts like this will not be tolerated. Yeah, go question her. But it was me. I was the one who noticed that the poison we were developing had been stolen that day. What? So you knew? I've been placed in charge of overseeing the project. It was the day that the professor and Suzuki-san were interviewed together for the newspaper. That's when I noticed that some of the poison was missing. Just a tiny amount it was. It's probably in the pen, actually. I don't know. Why didn't you let me know immediately? I was scared. The whole project was supposed to be confidential, but some of the toxin had somehow been taken. So I decided I'd try to get it back before anyone else found out. Because I had a very good idea who the thief was. Oh, was it the lady? The thief? You don't mean it was Miss Brett? Yes, of course. It was that dainty English woman. Miss Giselle Brett? That's why I decided to join the little group of people going to the seaside. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Mrs. Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew she was untouchable. I know it was you who stole the poison. Well now, whatever do you mean? And then, she suddenly got to her feet, before falling to her knees in front of me, and then collapsing on the floor. So someone stabbed her at that moment? That's when I saw the knife in her back. I couldn't understand what had just happened. And then, a moment later, I was seized with fear. Pupils of her eyes they shrunk to tiny pinpoints. Wait, that means she gave the poison to someone else at that moment then. The knife wouldn't have been poisoned if she didn't give it already. If she had the one that stole it, obviously. They shrunk into tiny pinpoints. I don't believe it. In other words, you realize that the victim was suffering the effects of the stolen poison. My mind started racing. I hadn't seen anything past Miss Brett's lips whilst I'd been with her, which left only one possible way for the poison to have entered her body. On the blade of the knife. On the blade of the knife in her back. And that train of thought was what spurred you to withdraw the blade. Yes, if the amount that had entered her bloodstream was small enough, she might still have a chance. That's what I hoped. Really, I'm so sorry for staying silent all this time. And who's the culprit then? We don't know who the culprit is. Your attempt to hide the truth of what happened is not something that can be overlooked. However, I've duly noted the courage with which you confessed in the end. Thank you, Your Excellency. It's barely perceptible, but I do think balance has shifted a little here in this courtroom now. Yaddy. Your Excellency, do not be deceived. The victim just collapsed before your eyes, you say? Well, Membami-san, if that is the case, perhaps you could explain how Miss Brett came to be stabbed. Well, you have no answer because the simple truth is that you stabbed the victim motivated by revenge. Yaddy. But you have no conclusive evidence to prove that assertion, do you? Well, the fact there's no one in the hut, I think. I mean, I guess you could stab through the hut. Oh, I have evidence, and it is very much conclusive. Wait, what else do you have now? Wait, I think if she got stabbed through the hut, it could have been in the picture, no? Wait, not this button. Maybe there's like this slit here. Wait, she was sitting on the bench, right? She said that on a stool. There is legit a thing here. So it's definitely possible for someone to stab her right through it. If she was sitting there. Yeah, I think it's possible. I found it. I found the thing. But the question now is, who was at the hut? Could have been some random person that just happened to be like walk by. Detective didn't know because it was late, and so it was I don't know, preoccupied maybe? I don't know. What's the prosecution counsel up to? It was brief, but he hesitated for a moment there. I'm almost sure of it. Oh, I didn't notice that. We will produce the aforementioned evidence at once, Professor Aochi. Perhaps some praise is due, young Yoko student. What? I had imagined there would be no need for me to submit this evidence. But you've brought this on yourself. Oh, that is... Wait, that's pulling it out though. That's not pushing it in though, possibly. What the... Actually, what is this? What is this picture? How'd you get this picture? Must be a hole in the hut. What the... But a more damning shot exists. The cruelty in the air on that beach is almost palpable. Wait, was that... Yeah. I think he's saying that. This evidence, more than any other, reveals the true extent of the accused's murderous nature, for it shows the precise moment the Membami-san plunged her dagger into the victim's back. I mean, it could have been opposite. No, that's not true, no! I don't believe it, dude. That could have been just pulling it out. Yeah. Order, order, order. Counsel for the defense. Was it you who was responsible for that shrill scream that just pierced my courtroom? Oh, it's me again. Perhaps his voice has yet to break. These yokos are slow of mind and slow to mature. Yeah, that's definitely why. I'll show you who's slow to mature. Careful now. Susato is starting to show her face here. It is often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and here we have ample proof. Court will accept this extremely cogent photographic print as evidence. My friend Ray can be seen kneeling over Miss Brett. Yeah, that's not attack though. I can't believe he's had a photograph like that up his sleeve the entire time. Wait, there must be something wrong with it then. The hole? The stinking hole in here, you mean? So why is this line here too in the like in the sticker? Legit, like this could have been for pulling it out. Okay. It's such a stark image. I'm genuinely lost for words. Wait a minute, I don't understand. How did you take that picture, right? I mean, Who took that photograph? Right? I thought that too. That whole... Hey. That's of no importance here. Stop trying to divert attention. No, that's important. That means there's another person at the beach. Oh. Ikiari! That's an absurd thing to say. It's crucially important. Whoever took this photographic print was a witness to Miss Brett's death. The court must be allowed to hear this person's testimony. God! I will uphold the defense's demand. The prosecution will reveal the identity of the person responsible for taking this photograph at once. Yeah, he didn't want to, didn't he? Well, I'm afraid I can't do that. Pardon? You see, this print arrived at the Imperial Police Bureau headquarters by express post yesterday. But there was nothing to indicate the sender's name or address. The provenance of this print is unknown. Goodness. Are we to understand, then, Counsel, that in full knowledge of the fact that this photograph has the murkiest of origins, you nevertheless believe it fit for submission as evidence in the Supreme Court? When you first produced that print before, I noticed that you hesitated for a brief moment, because you knew that it wasn't completely reliable evidence, didn't you? Silence, you Yako student and blabbering professor! What matters is the blatant truth that this print so eloquently expresses. But the defendant has already admitted. The defendant has already admitted to pulling the blade from the wound. Yeah, this tells us nothing new. In fact, that there's a hole. Clearly, this isn't the moment that the knife was plunged into the victim's back, but the moment it was withdrawn. Don't waste this court's time with your rambling. Indeed, without knowledge of who produced this print, we have no means of verifying the claim, and the scene it captures is without doubt the most compelling evidence presented to the court. If the defense is unable to shed any further light on the matter, I believe the conclusion is clear. Oh no! I got it, girl. The hole. Susato, this is the time for you to fight. If what you've established so far is true, then there can be no doubt. There's a hole in the thing. This photograph shows the moment that Ray withdrew the blade from the victim. Yes, we just need to prove that somehow. You'll have plenty of time to rue your defeat on the slow train back to the provinces, and to rue the day you came up against Aoshi Takitsuchi in a court of law. If we can't determine who took this photograph, then the trial is going to come to an end. There must be a clue somewhere. Oh wait, there is! The photograph guy that's always with Zosuke-san. He didn't mention it. There must be a way of working out who took it. Well, counsel. I know, girl. Excellency. The burning question is who took that photograph, and the truth is... I have the answer. There's one person with a photograph at that point. This isn't about whether I can or can't come up with the answer now. I simply have to. The identity of the person who took this dramatic photographic print is, I assure you, something the defense can and will reveal. Oh, I can do it now. What? No, you can't possibly. But as you so boldly claim that you can, please do enlighten us. Unfortunately, I'm unable to present a name, because I don't know his name. How utterly underwhelming. Do you think you could... However, I'm able to present evidence. The defense has a piece of evidence that reveals important details about the photographer's identity. What? Very well then, counsel. Present your proof to the court. Which piece of evidence do you claim reveals something about the identity of the mystery photographer? Wait, is it? I think it's... Wait, it could be RM. It could be RM. You don't know if it's the photographer yet. I think it's the fountain pen. At this point, you can only have fountain pen. Piece of evidence in question is this. Oh wait, was that wrong? What? It's RM! Dude, that's RM. It was correct. Oops, my bad. Okay. Okay, let's do it again. No, that is the evidence though. It is RM. Okay. No more squeezing, counsel. Okay, let's save this in case I get a lot of them wrong. Save, save, save. Ah. I mean, otherwise it's the newspaper, I think. Also, that dress on the back right kind of looks like it might have someone. Like, they could hide there, kind of. I just showed the guy? What's review scene? Oh. I can go with this one. It was this one or that one. What is that? The newspaper again? Rausch's, or whatever, Rausch's England returning tells all. It's not the headline that's relevant here, Your Excellency. It's the photograph. Oh, the same crack! I didn't notice that. I thought it was a crinkling of the newspaper, actually. If you look at it closely, you'll notice that there are some white lines on the right-hand side. Ah, yes indeed. It already caught my eye as it happens. Ah, what of it? A shadow of some kind, presumably, from the branches of a tree or the like. There are no trees growing inside my laboratory at the university, I can assure you. Now, if you look closely at this photograph... I legit thought it was crinkling. But, I was too naive. That's true. It most likely is the camera. Good gracious. Yes, exactly the same pattern of lines is present on this photograph too. Well, that tells us nothing. Ha! Yes, it's a shadow of some kind, definitely, from the branches of a tree. Not if it looks exactly like that. There wouldn't be any trees growing inside a hut at the beach council. What's quite remarkable about it is that the two patterns are absolutely identical. With such an extraordinary similarity have transpired. The camera has a crack in the lens. The curious matching pattern that appears on both photographic prints is a result of... camera defect. Obviously, it must be due to the problem with the camera used to take the photographs. With the photographic device? Yes, we can confidently say that the camera's lens must be scratched, and that the scratched lens causes unwanted lines to appear on every print taken with the device. In short, the two photographs under consideration here were taken with the same camera. But there must be hundreds of such camera devices here in the capital. It would be utterly impossible to identify the owner of this particular one. Dude. No, it's not. He's in the court. I think you're forgetting, Professor Aochi, that one of the photographs featured in a newspaper article. A newspaper... Ah! That's right. Author of the article is the mystery witness to this crime. What? What? Oh, the other witnesses disappeared from the sand. What? May what? It's the photographer, right? Oh no, it's him. I see why you were called on. Rausch's England returnee. What are you yelling about? You've already testified. It's mini what? Mini memo. Mini. I don't know which language it's supposed to be in. Maybe Japanese. Mini memo. Memo. Susugi-san, what was that? Did you say mini memo? Ever since I returned to Japan, a reporter from the Shoyu News has been hounding me, following my every move. A reporter by the name of Mini Memo Raiten. Yes, hounding me down from dawn till dusk. Ah, now that he mentions it. Yeah, he said that. Beauty spy, snapshot, scribble, yep. Could that same reporter be? Camera to the left of him, a camera to the right. There I am, stuck in the middle with Mini Memo Raiten. So you're saying that this picture was taken by Mini Memo? Yes, my lord, your excellency, Esquire. Officer, find this newspaper reporter at once and bring him to my courtroom. We will adjourn for a short recess in the meantime. Oh, yes, your excellency. Oh, this is more than one. Thought this would be kind of short of a trial, but it's actually pretty long. As you say, Your Excellency. And one more thing. I want this knife. Oh, dude, you didn't give this to me. The murder weapon. Examined for traces of poison. You will solicit the assistance of the Imperial University's medical department for the task. Understood? Meh. Wait, what? I don't know what's that supposed to be. Oh, sounds like it's the conclusion for the first half. Oh, that was fun. To be continued. Well, that was the end of the first case. Trial part 1, I guess. And I'll do trial part 2 sometime, probably next week, maybe. Yeah. I remember this really takes... I need more water for everything. I speak the whole time. But it's fun. I like this. That's fun. Although, yeah, it takes too much stamina. Hahaha. Anyway, probably continue this sometime probably next week. And yeah, everyone, have a good day, good night. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Go check my Twitter, whatever, Twitch, where I stream, and YouTube for archives and stuff. Yep. See y'all. Bye-bye.